Hey guys, welcome back to DC Extra. My name is Chris. Today we're going to be breaking down Season 3, Episode 12 of Stargirl. As always, make sure you've seen this episode as there will be some spoilers ahead. Just before getting into the breakdown, I thought I'd mention that this is the second last episode of the season and the series as a whole. So what gets set up in this episode is going to be very vital to the understanding of next episode. But anyway, let's get into the breakdown. The title of this episode is Last Will and Testament of Sylvester Pemberton, and this may be hinting towards him dying at some point throughout the episode. We start the episode off with a flashback to actress Dolores Winters getting an award. We learnt last episode that the Ultra-Humanite transferred his body into her brain. And at this moment in time, that is the case, as we see when he kills a man for trying to find out who she really is. She then meets with Dragon King and discusses getting her a new body, that of an albino gorilla. We have seen this albino gorilla in previous episodes. Now in the present, Barbara convinces Pat and Courtney to take down Icicle. They try to find Sylvester to get his help, but he has gone missing to, quote, take care of a few things. We learn he went to talk to Artemis to talk to her about getting revenge, and that he will do it on her behalf, so she doesn't have to, and that she doesn't get in his way. Rick continues to struggle with his addiction to the hourglass, and once he tries to take it off, he starts having withdrawal symptoms, making him put it back on. Sylvester informs the rest of the JSA of his plan to take down Icicle, and says he wants their help, however isn't willing to risk their lives, and wants them to find other people to pick up the mantles of the other dead JSA members. Sylvester takes out his anger on Pat, insulting him and his abilities as Stripesy, even going as far as saying that Pat got him killed. And this makes us all think that Sylvester may not be who he says he is. Courtney overheard that conversation and confronted Sylvester, standing up for Pat in their conversation. Sylvester takes the cosmic stuff from Courtney, saying that it belongs to him and that she's not worthy of using it. He then leaves looking to kill Icicle. Pat goes to take Stripe to follow Sylvester, only to find it destroyed by Sylvester. Zeke thinks that the reason Sylvester has been acting irrational is in order to protect Pat and the rest of the team. Pat takes apart Stripe and takes its flamethrower in an attempt to help Sylvester take down Icicle. Sylvester is angry at Pat for following him and tries to convince him of his intentions. However, Pat does not back down. In a lab that Mike, Jakeem and Cindy find, they see that it has been used recently, leading them to believe Dragon King may still be alive, as it is his lab that they went to find. They then find his dead body with the brain taken out. The Ultra-Humanite then walks in, calling Cindy his daughter, leading us to the conclusion that Dragon King transferred his brain into the body of the albino gorilla, previously housing the Ultra-Humanite's brain. The question we are then left with is, where is Ultra-Humanite's brain if not in the albino gorilla? We then cut back to Pat and Sylvester, where Sylvester knocks out Pat and talks to Icicle as if they were friends, meaning that this is where the Ultra-Humanite's brain had gone. Rick goes to the JSA for their help managing his addiction, and while there they realise that Sylvester isn't who he says he is, due to him telling Rick to remove the limiter despite knowing its repercussions. Sylvester, or rather the Ultra-Humanite, buries Pat alive, telling him that Sylvester's brain is dead, despite his body being preserved by the cosmic staff's energy. Pat tries to fool the Ultra-Humanite into thinking he is really Sylvester, after he mentioned that he got lost in the role of playing Starman, but this attempt ultimately fails, and he continues to bury Pat. Ultra-Humanite explains how he distracted everyone, telling Yolanda to push away Cindy, Beth to cut off her parents, Rick to take out the limiter, and Mike to try to prove himself being worthy of joining the JSA. We then see that Pat has been completely buried, undoubtedly causing him to suffocate and eventually die. And that is where this episode ends. Definitely some major reveals in this episode. Sylvester not being alive and actually the Ultra-Humanite being in his body, and then Dragon King still being alive but in the Ultra-Humanite's body. Definitely some major twists there, and it's going to set up a lot of important stuff for next episode. But anyway, until we find out exactly what happens in next episode and how they end this series, that is it for now. So I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing for more content like this. But until next time, this has been Chris, and I'll be seeing you.